Hey everybody, Ozlus here. Today we are starting a playthrough of the early access title, One Lonely Outpost. If you're a fan of Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, or Sunhaven, you've hopefully heard about this title. It's similar in approach, but takes us into outer space. Being an early access title, it's still limited on features, character customization being one, and only a small portion of the game is playable, with some features such as livestock and romance options not being available. The game will slowly roll these features out through early access, including additional features such as synthetic crops, robotic animals, and gene splicing. You'll start by creating your character and naming your planet. Default name is Calypso, but you can name it whatever you like. Once that's done, you'll be brought on board your spaceship, the Astrobago. You, acting as the Star Steward, the first colonist of the planet, are tasked with establishing an outpost with your robotic cat companion, QWERTY. Your Omni tool contains all of the tools you will initially need. You have your manipulator, which is used to till the ground, as well as to remove pieces of equipment you've placed. Your laser acts as your pickaxe, allowing for the destruction of rocks and ice crystals, which are your only source of water when the game begins. Your spray tool is your watering can, allowing you to water crops, a horizontal spread of 3 squares in front of you. And the last tool is the gust tool, which will let you blow sand piles away, as well as eventually allowing you to remove infestations from planted crops, which we'll see more of in later videos. Performing various tasks will earn you Omni Stars, which so far are used to unlock progression-related events such as new colonists. We're initially tasked with removing minerals and blowing out sand piles. Minerals provide you with their related ores, and blowing sand piles can yield artifacts and alien seeds. You'll also be tasked with locating 3 map beacons in each area, which unlock that area's map. The map utility is fairly sparse right now, so while you should complete this task, don't expect the map to provide much meaningful information. You won't be able to buy anything at first, as your terminal is broken and you are the sole resident of the planet, though both of these will be remedied in short order. After completing your initial tasks, your second day starts with a supply drop, which will include your first batch of seeds, potatoes, carrots, and bok choy. I should also mention this game uses a stamina system, and you'll either need to eat or sleep to restore your energy. Our only food option for now is a food paste, and it restores a small amount of energy with each use. This will change as you grow crops. You'll be able to use those crops to resupply your energy and make different food items. Unlike the way I planted, I would recommend using a 3x3 grid for your first crop. This will make watering easier and is an easy setup. I went with rows, don't ask me why. I quickly regretted it. Make sure to interact with the crops when they have a question mark over them. This will fill out their entry in the Omni OS, which will allow you to know more about their various stages of development. Day 4 will give you the Omni Forge, which you will need for smelting your ore and stone, or provide you with various metals, while putting normal stone in the forge will give you silicon, which is an important component in many crafting recipes. Silicon can be further refined into glass, which you will need for a couple of items available in this early access build. Processing takes time, so it's very much a set it and forget it affair. One thing that does need to be stated about minerals is that until you get Dwee, who runs the mine, your ores on the surface are limited to what you can find. It would behoove you to not smelt everything you have, as several initial quests will be looking for ore and not the bars that you can make. Grab all the minerals you can on the surface and then only smelt what you need in order to accomplish various taskings. Once the mine unlocks, you'll be able to get plenty of ore, but in the very early game, you are limited, as it does not replenish. Your Astrobago has the ability to power up to 4 pieces of equipment, with your Omniforge being the first one. You'll eventually have the ability to create solar panels, each of which will be able to power 1 piece of equipment. A couple of tips to help you get started. Number 1. Smart lockers are the only item you can craft that will store other items inside of them. There are several boxes that can be crafted, but at this time, they are purely decorative, as are the chairs that you can craft. Number 2. As crops are harvested, you will get seeds and green waste in addition to the crop itself. Green waste is used to make wood and packaging. Wood doesn't serve a useful purpose in this early access version, being used to create purely decorative items. Packaging, however, is used once the community box is available. You'll need to make 11 or so of these roughly every 30 days. The community box asks for different items in this period, serving as community requests, and claims that these items will gain slightly more money for each of the ones that are requested. Packaging requires 6 green waste to make and will be easier to store if you just make the packaging ahead of time. You'll have plenty of green waste, so no need to really save it as it is. Tip number 3. Seeds do have a temperature requirement to grow, but in early access, there are no seasons. All seeds are plantable, all the time. Carrots take 6 days and sell for $5. Potatoes take 6 days and sell for $5 as well. Bok choy takes 8 days, but sells for $10. There are easy ways to make potatoes and carrots more profitable and beneficial, but we'll talk about those in a later video. Tip number 4. The small pots that you can make using 4 stone are purely decorative at this time, and nothing can be planted in them. You're better off saving your stone for silicon. And tip number 5, lastly for this video, I recommend having at least 2 Omniforges available early on. This will allow you to process more than one type of ore at a time, which will make certain quest goals more easily achievable. One Lonely Outpost in early access is a promising start. With the features they've talked about adding, this should be a fun title that offers something a little different from your usual farming sim, while keeping all of the other things we love about the others. I'm excited to see where this game goes from here. Future videos will deal with the other colonists, crops, activities, and aspects of gameplay, so stay tuned to this channel and make sure to like and subscribe to find out when more content is released. That about wraps it up for this video, so until next time, have a good one. Ozlus out.